Everyone, welcome back. This is the vinyl collection, looking through the record shelves. This is episode 20. This is going to be huge. 2-0. Massive milestone. Who knew we'd be talking about records for this long? And here we are. So welcome to the show. I'm glad you can make it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you can. That's doing big things for the channel. Big things are coming. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. So what do we got in store? What we've been doing, I've been looking through my vinyl collection. I had friends drop in to show off their vinyl collection and talk about how crappy my collection has been. So that's been a lot of fun. Today, because this is episode 20, I promise big things. Big things. I have brand new records to show you, and I have brand new finds. That's all going to be revealed on today's episode. Don't even worry about what the other guys have, because I'm winning today. Already won. I already got it. It's in the bag for me. So don't even worry about these other dudes right here, because they got nothing. Don't even worry about them. Hey, other dudes.
Yo. Hey, man.
Hey,
you talk bad about your record collection, Bill, and those first few episodes, I can see what you're saying, but lately, the records you were holding off onto, it's some good stuff, good condition. So you have a nice collection. Don't talk bad about it.
Thank you.
You fell right into Bill's trap. He was fishing for a compliment, and you
classic
gave it
Bill.
right to him. Yeah.
He's paying respect as well as he should. It's just a very nice thing to do for other people on this stream. I respect him.
Thank you.
Yes, as I respect my other vinyl pundits we have here. We have Kevin, who is just Kevin today. So
yep.
He must be a little bit salty today, so it's just Kevin. There's no fun on his name.
Must be.
You can go find him on YouTube on Buried on Mars channel, as well as he's got a podcast, Retro Fandango. He's got another podcast called Quick Save Club, and he's got a side podcast called Film Dango. There's all kinds of stuff going on there.
All sorts of things going on.
And over in the bottom right, we have Chris Roberts, the famous Chris Roberts, who's technically an orphan, apparently.
Yeah.
And he's going to show us some good stuff today. Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of records.
Are you okay in the bottom?
I'm going to show you some things. Yeah, fine. Hey, I'm being teabagged by Bandy, because what could be worse? Or better? Either one.
And good old Matt Bandy's here, as normal. It's great to see you guys. I have to start with something today. I sometimes start a little vinyl adjacent, but music related to the music. And today will be no different. It was a big week. A lot of stuff came in the mail, especially one thing that I've been bugging Kevin about for quite a while, because he turned me on to this local Canadian Blu-ray distributor that actually put Criterion Collection titles on sale, which never, ever, ever go on sale. And so he shot me a link for something, which I was kind of mad at, because I told myself I would not ever buy another copy of this movie, because I bought it so many times. The infamous Bob Dylan Don't Look Back documentary by Penny Baker. I bought it in VHS. I bought it in DVD. Now I have this is the second DVD I got of it. Because the first one, they came out with a deluxe one. So I finally got this one. And then Kevin, they did a Blu-ray, of course, but I held off on the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray really didn't add too much to it. It's shot on, 16 mil? And then it's up converted to 35 mil. So it's like, what is a Blu-ray really going to do? Then Criterion came along and did another fresh print of it. And apparently just the blacks are perfect, and like all of the shading is perfect. It's like they cleaned up all the artifacting. Everything is perfect. And Kevin shot me a link for this one that's actually on sale. So I'm like, piss on it. I'll do it. I'll buy the goddamn thing. Now, Criterion Blu-rays are normally what, Kevin? $50 no matter what?
It depends on what it is, but average $50 Canadian.
So I think this was on for $29.
Yeah.
And there's no other talk of it coming, like another 4K release or anything like that. Like, this is the definitive one again. It'll so
Criterion does such a good job that when they do come out with a 4K release, the the two go head to head in quality, and sometimes the Criterion print is actually better than the 4K release.
I mean, what are you going to add to this 16 mil film after, anyways?
There's a lot of information there. There is a lot of information in film. It's almost endless. Like they're talking 8K now, so who knows?
So I went ahead. It was on, I think, for $29.99, and then I started bugging Kevin twice a week, every week after that. Have you heard about shipments yet? Is it happening? Am I getting my shipment? And this place is so small, and it's so rare for a company to put the Criterion stuff on sale that they just got bombarded with orders. It took them a month to ship mine out. So don't look back. So finally, I got my package, and we're going to look at it today. My package of Don't Look Back, Bob Dylan, Don't Look Back from Criterion, from this, they're called Unobstructed View, and they're out of Toronto. So we're going to look at my copy of Don't Look Back, now on Blu-ray. It's exciting. Like I said, it's Don't Look Back on Blu-ray. And,
Shouldn't you be full screen for this?
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that say?
It says don't look back.
Now.
Don't look now. Oh. Wow.
That's the wrong movie.
No.
Starring Julie Christie.
and Donald Sutherland. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, not good. Not good.
It's director approved, though. So
that's something.
I'm like, this is just my luck, I tell you. Just my luck.
That sucks.
It's going to be the last time I can wear the headset on this show. Am I getting showing the door like Thom Brenneman?
Yeah.
I was able to get in contact with the company. They didn't answer my email right away, but I found all kinds of phone numbers on their website and finally got a hold of someone, and they're expediting out the proper copy to me today. It went out today, and they actually want this back. They're actually paying for a label to get that back. So whatever. Normally they don't want to pay shipping to get something back. But
Right.
Well, that's an important movie.
it is Criterion again. So
Yeah.
It might be a limited print.
You might want to look and see if the value has gone up. You could flip it and just pay for it. You know what I mean? Just be like, I'm just going to keep that one too. Just charge me and flip it. Could be limited.
the Chris Roberts mind always working.
Yeah, look for those angles, buddy.
So that was that came in today, and I also have 2 packages to go through today from overseas.
Before we get too far, you know what you can also do is flip it around on them and send them like a Look Who's Talking DVD. Go ahead. I just couldn't let that one go.
Good one.
You're like, sorry, I thought that was it.
Very good. Okay.
All right,
well, that's my turn. I just wanted to start off with that. I can move on to the next person and see what they've brought for today. Let's go clockwise. Should we go clockwise? Yeah. I like it. That doing that. That's that way. So that means Matt Bandy is up first.
Top box today.
Yeah.
So I'm going vinyl adjacent today. I brought a couple cassette releases to show. This first one here is a little box set by a French artist that goes by Arang. He is a dungeon synth artist, so it's all electronic music. This was limited to 100 copies. That was released by Out of Season. They are a dungeon synth and black metal record. Well, cassette. Well, they're a record label now because it used to be cassette only, but now they're pressing stuff on vinyl and CD as well. But they are out of Portland, Maine, and this came out last year. It collects the first. Oh, I'm sorry. It collects the first 4 releases by Arang. It's broken up into two cassettes here that has tomes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So this encompasses what Arang considers the first stage of his releases. And Arang was one of the first dungeon synth artists that kind of really sold me on the style of music. What's cool about these with his releases is, none of the songs are all instrumental, but he writes stories and poems that go along with some of the tracks. He built this entire mythology and lore around his music. So that's kind of cool to be able to read a story that goes along with the tracks while you're listening to the music. This release, it came with a few stickers, this is his logo here. It also came with a woven patch that is now on one of my jackets, and it also came with download cards. But the cassettes are just the first one is black. The second one is on gray. Out of Season always does really cool colors with their cassettes. The liner notes just shows the original artwork from the albums from 1 and 2 here. I'd say the first tome, side 1, is probably my favorite, and that's the only image of him that I've ever really seen. I've never seen him. He always has like this kind of skull mask on. That's pretty common for this genre of music. There's a lot of anonymity to the artists. And here's the liner note for the second release here, the third and fourth release.
So were these originally on vinyl?
No, these were originally cassette releases. His stuff has not been pressed on vinyl yet, but I think eventually it is going to. Hopefully it gets released on vinyl. Dungeon Synth has just recently started to be released on vinyl. Mostly it was all digital or cassette releases only. That's pretty much because that's the cheapest way to put it out there. Cassette being the cheapest way to physically put it out, and it kind of adds to the sound of the music. A lot of it's pretty fixed up. It's the sounds. And this next release is by a band called Hillsfar. This is another solo Dungeon Synth release by Out of Season. This came out, it was either the end of last year or the very beginning of this year, but this is one of my favorite Dungeon Synth releases in the last year or so. What's cool about this release is that it reminds me a lot of the like the advanced AD&D PC games. It's kind of got that same logo and font up here, and it's got the inside here. So yeah, this stuff's all really cool. It this doesn't sound out of place with like an old PC or RPG soundtrack. So very fantasy and medieval sounding, and yeah, it's good stuff.
No vocals, eh?
No, none of this stuff has vocals. Yeah, all instrumental. So yeah,
very neat. Cassettes to start the day. Very cool. All right, Chris Roberts. I can see you don't brush your hair.
No, I never do.
That's a Bob Dylan thing, you know.
I had heard that. So, and speaking of Bob Dylan, I did find this that I kind of teased it a few times. It's a Bob Dylan, the Bootleg Series, Volume 1 through 3, rare and unreleased. Of course, there's already a lie, because, I mean, if it was unreleased, I wouldn't be holding it. But I'm guessing it's previously unreleased. But this thing was brand new when I found it. I will show a little bit of things. It's got, like, this really cool book.
Yep.
Which is, you know, like some Bob Dylan stuff in it. And here's him standing on a roof. So that's cool. And here's the 3 tapes. I have listened to the first one because I don't know. The day I got this a few years ago, and the day I got it, I also got a little boombox that was a cassette player. So I thought, well, I mean, might as well try it out. And after I started listening to it, I was like, wow, this is really good. So I ended up keeping it. I actually had bought it for $1, just going to flip it because it was, I think, about a $30 value at the time. I don't know if it's gone up or down, but yeah, so I kept it. So, you know, I don't know, maybe one day me and the boss man can make a trade. Who knows? Also, and I'm a man of my word, and I actually was trying to give this to you last week, Mr. Bandy, but the timing didn't work out. But I said if I found another one, I'd give you one. And I actually was in Matt's area or his adjacent area. Well, actually, I was in his area too. But in this little town called Morro Bay, there was a thrift store in there. A little tiny thrift store, kind of junky. It's like my perfect thrift store. It's just there's garbage everywhere.
Which one was it? Is that the one where it's like a hoarder's kind of looking?
Okay, I love these kinds because everything falls through the cracks. I found like rare Tiger Woods game that's going for like $35, and dude was like, I didn't even have to haggle. He haggled himself. I was just gonna pay whatever he asked. The prices were already good. I put like 4 games on the counter that were all $4 a piece, plus something else, that Guinness Book of World Records, the Gamer Edition book. Oh, just give me $10. I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit. So then he had 3 of them. This isn't one of them. I was going to give you this one anyways, because I actually wanted a bigger one, and I knew one was going to come my way. So it was in the trunk. So I am sorry we didn't meet up that day, but it's still yours. Okay. And this one is super clean. This one's like brand new. Like, really, this is in much better condition than the one I got. But the one I got fits 100. This one fits 64.
It's perfect.
But also made a connection with the guy. So he had 3 of them on the wall with tapes in it. And like I mentioned in the last episode, don't offer to buy the rack, offer to buy the tapes and give me the rack along with it. So once I started talking with him, he's like, well, you know, I get them in all the time. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not from around here. I'm in Fresno. And he's like, oh. So I could tell he was on the fence. And I was like, tell you what, you keep the tapes, I'll buy the rack, and how about $20? And he goes, oh, okay. So the only thing I regret is I should have just said, give me all 3 of them and I'll give you $60, because those things go for $100 a piece. So I could probably get one of the other 2, but I tell you, this one's in much better condition. It just depends on how many tapes you want. If you want 101, all I got to do is call him up, and I'm sure I can weasel more off his shelf. But, and since we're on the cassette thing, I also found this yesterday for 50 cents, Footloose.
Nice.
You know,
hey,
you overpaid.
Well, hey, you know, but it's from Goodwill, so it's kind of a donation. And then this Alice in Chains jar of flies.
That's a great
it's
one.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's not super common. I mean, it's not really expensive or nothing. It's probably about $10 tape. But it's funny. So this lady, I have my earbuds in because a lot of times when I'm in Goodwill, I just don't want to be bothered. I'm just there to shop, you know, like I'm not trying to and I'm a social person, but I was on a mission. I had a limited schedule. I just wanted to get in and out. And I didn't know that she was talking to me. I was listening to something. And then I start seeing this in front of my face. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then so I'm like, yeah. And she's like, is that Alice in Chains in your hand? And I'm like, yeah, it's Alice in Chains. Oh, that's really cool. I mean, and it sucks because she was just trying to be friendly, but yeah, I just went ahead and put the earbuds back in. And
was she hitting on you?
I think so, but she had a mask on, so I have no idea what I was working with. I mean, nor did she, for that matter. I mean, then that's also sketchy too. It's like, lady, how would I could be really ugly under this mask.
Might be a lot of weird hookups.
I know. Just keep the mask on. This is the golden age for people with tweaker teeth. You have your mask on. I can't take it off because of the COVID. Everything looks fine right here. So anyway, so that's my starters. I'm going adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Did you go to any other of the thrift shops in Morro Bay? They got some cool stuff.
Yeah, there's that Second Chance one, which is I usually find something, and they have a sister store that's like 2 doors down, which is the one I prefer because that one actually has the much cleaner product.
Yeah, that one's a little newer. It's a younger guy that's in there. He's buys some cool stuff.
Yeah, and he has a lot of vinyl in there, which I actually wanted to go through, and cassettes, and a little bit of video games and stuff. It's a really nice setup, but he was closed.
Yeah,
he actually closed early. I was pissed off because it said 5 o'clock and it was like 4 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
That's a cool spot. I've talked to that guy a bit.
Yeah, but we're experiencing a heat wave in California, so I think that was part of it. Like, I mean, you go to the coast and you think, oh, coastal weather, I'll bring a sweatshirt or something. It's like, no, not that day you won't. It was like 90 degrees or something. It was insane, which is like 500 degrees at the coast.
Yeah, I felt bad for you coming down here and trying to get out of the heat in Fresno when it's
balls dude. And then no stores have air conditioning or fans or anything because they never need them.
Yep.
So anyway, that was my coastal trip.
Very cool. Okay, we had cassette. Kevin, show us your cassettes.
Let's say that's cassette.
I'd have to go upstairs and find some. I can if you want me to. I didn't bring any cassettes down here. Do you want me to go grab cassettes? I can grab some for you.
No, you do whatever you want to do. Save it for your pee break.
Well, yeah, for some reason, when I was invited onto the vinyl show, I grabbed vinyl. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's insane, right? Yeah. Weirdo.
So so last week you asked me if I went out to Coburg, if I made it out there, and I did not. I could not convince Sarah to go. I was free to go. She wasn't like holding me back, but I didn't want to go without her. And then next week she broke down. She said, "Yeah, let's go. Let's do it."
Ooh.
So we did end up going there, and then on our way back, we ended up going to Cops in Oshawa. And I actually had got better stuff in Oshawa.
Is Zap Records, is that the one that you're
that's
talking
in Coburg.
about?
Yeah, that's like it's like an hour away, and then on the way there in Oshawa, it's about a 30-minute, 35-minute drive for me. So on the way back, we hit that.
Was it hot when you went?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. No. And he had the dog behind a cage. You had him behind a thing. He wasn't just lying on the ground. So yeah, let me show you what I got at Zap Records.
How much time did you spend in there?
Only about 40 minutes.
Did you get to the back of the store?
I did like kind of look back in there, but it seemed like a little too messy, like it was a little too crazy. It was Chris Roberts territory. And what I had found in the front section, I was already happy with. It was worth the drive out there. And Sarah didn't need to go back in there and find more 80s stuff. She had enough stuff. So hello,
Was he
Deke.
still doing the gloves business?
Yep. Yeah, the gloves were there, and no one was wearing masks though. Walking around the street. Like no one was wearing masks. But when we got inside there, everyone had masks on. So I did. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably have already seen these. But I did find a copy of Physical Graffiti. This is a vintage 70s copy.
Nice.
And he had it packaged in here right. He had the records already in. Oh my goodness! So he had them separate outside of the sleeves.
That's weird.
That's what you're supposed to do. So you got your inserts here so you can preserve them, so they don't get like that saggy bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess
I want a saggy bottom.
You don't want the records to have a saggy bottom on them. And it comes in like this neat little thing too. There's all sorts of crazy inserts in there. Like it's just a blank thing. So it had everything in it. But the records looked really good. But when we started playing them down, like everything looked great.
Oh.
But it's a well used. They're well used records. You could tell like there's a little bit of the high fidelity is off the edge a little bit because you can tell they've been played quite a bit. Records do wear out, and if somebody who had the record before you wasn't using like a turntable with a counterweight or anything like that, there's only so much a record can take, So I found that, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, Sarah found. I actually didn't tweet out this in the photo. She found steel wheels.
Nice.
Oh. I was surprised she picked it up. She doesn't. She usually avoids the Rolling Stones.
What year is Steel Wheels from?
89.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me tell you, when I was in elementary school, there was a kid that sat at the back of the bus, and every day on his Walkman, he would play Steel Wheels, and all he ever wanted to talk about was the Steel Wheels tour and Mick Jagger, and Rolling Stones. He just loved them.
In 89?
He was obsessed with this album.
I bet you his dad was into him.
I don't think he was. I think his dad was like one of those country western.
That's just a weird band to pick in 1989. But I mean, I believe your story. I'm just saying it's just strange.
No, and okay, so this was the thing that really made it worth it to go there. This was an album so I discovered this like a little later in life, and it was one of those albums that like it's never really got a reissue or anything like that. And I thought, I'll never be able to find a copy of that, but I found a copy of Thin Lizzy.
Oh, nice.
Renegade. So this is like an 80s release. They got they really like that red flag for some reason. But yeah, it was in great condition too, and it still is.
I've never come across that record.
I thought I would never be able to find it. Like I'm like, that's a record I'll never be able to get. But yeah, it was in great shape and it just played really nice.
You paying top dollar for these things, or what's the store like?
This was $20. This was $20. Okay. The Steel Wheels was $11.99.
So you spent bill money.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you got to keep up with Bill.
I was shopping in the bulk bin, if you guys recall, $2 records.
I don't think there were $2 records. I remember there was a Harry Styles that was like $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can't really see. There's some rating on there.
Yeah, you can see it, but it's faint.
It's right there.
Yeah, bad glare.
But that was it. That's all I got at Cops. Sarah got a bunch of other stuff. She found the soundtrack for Say Anything in that. But
oh, nice.
Which was another one that was like, it was a record that you wouldn't think that you'd be able to find.
That was stuff from Cops?
The stuff I got from Cops is right here, and that'll be on the second round.
Oh, that was from Zap.
So this was from Zap.
And what were you tempted by at Zap?
Honestly, not that much.
Not those heavy hitters out front?
No, and they did, like last time I went there, he had a ton of AC/DC bootlegs, and I kept myself to only 2. There was none of that there this time. And I flipped through everything, and there wasn't really that much. Like I went through all the new arrivals and all that, and it wasn't really that much. It was kind of, I don't know, I kind of felt picked through a little bit. But what I found, I was happy with what I got.
So those super deluxe editions he has out front doesn't tempt you? You don't get tempted by those big $100 items?
No, not. I don't want to spend $100 on them. I mean, a lot of times those will go on sale on Amazon or whatever for $60, or that Music Vaults site will have. They got those big deluxe editions and that too. They go on sale on there, so I'm not really tempted to spend $100 on them.
keep forgetting about that music vault segment. I gotta check that out. Okay, I guess we're back to
you.
Back to me. All right. Should we do it? Should we see what came in from overseas?
Sure.
Where was it sent from?
Australia, right?
No, this is Great Britain.
Mm.
The Royal Postal Service. Yeah.
Is there was it sent by a certain label?
Remember I told you that Jack White album I bought from Great Britain as well. It was, I think, Retro Waves or something it's called. They're an Amazon seller, and it's not like you have to pay more for shipping. It's like $4 shipping, and you still get it pretty fast. So it was those guys again, I believe I shot from. These came on sale, and there certainly weren't available over here. Well, we'll see what it is. I think I need a knife.
You didn't even open it yet?
No, this is for you guys.
Wow.
That's
patient man, dude.
I don't think I could do that.
Hit the subscribe, guys.
Oh, we never see that anywhere.
That's right.
They came in the mail today?
No, like 2 or 3 days ago. So they had their COVID quarantine off to the side.
Very patient.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
It's a vinyl exclusive right here. Uh-oh.
It appears to be the right thing.
Yeah, that'd be funny if it was that DVD that you Blu-ray again.
This is from the same store too, but they sent me 2 different packages. They couldn't get it together that they were both going to the same place. But this is
Oh yeah, my man.
I'm just doing it to get Bandy points. That's all. Picked up another album of Sleep for myself.
There you go. That's the one to start with.
So tell us about this album, Big Bandy.
Well, you don't remember? It looks like you got the high dynamic range too. That's the same one that I have as well.
Full dynamic range, pressed from original tapes. So this came like after the fact, like after they slowed down or they went away.
No, that was like their first like release, and then there was a large break in between. Well, they recorded a record that just didn't get released for years after that record, but that one's a little bit more Sabbath inspired and a little more straightforward and a little more accessible. You know, shorter songs.
It happened to be on sale from the same seller as I was purchasing the other thing from. So I said, yeah, add this to the thing.
Nice.
So let's see what this looks like inside.
I have a feeling that's going to be on a purple colored vinyl. That's my guess.
Whoa. It's in a nice sleeve here.
You tease.
They look
It's funny if you see pictures of those guys now, they look completely different. They're super young in that. They're super young in that picture, but yeah, it's wild how much those guys changed. Hey, look at that! Called it.
Wow, you did call it.
There you go. Well, this camera picks up all the lint and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sucks that lint, but at least it's not scratched.
Very nice.
You got one of them nice cameras, huh, Bill?
Yeah, this was another pickup this week. Was this camera? It happened to go on. This is my first webcam I actually purchased at retail at a retail store that's brand new. It was on Amazon. It was on sale. It was not only on sale, but you could add a coupon to it to get it even lower. So it was crazy cheap. And you can see how well it focuses. That was the big thing. All my other webcams can't focus worth a damn. I swear it focuses.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with it. Should we keep going? I'm going to save the next one for the next hour because it's too exciting. This one's heavy. It's pretty heavy.
Gotta keep him here, you know?
Yeah, and Big Bandy really might soil himself when he sees this one.
I have a feeling.
If it's the right thing. So I'm just going to move on. This is yard sale picks coming up next. It was a massive yard sale weekend. Yeah, I couldn't even get out of my end of town. There were so many yard sales. It was really something. Hey, Denise is popping in. Deke's here too. Hey, Deke. Forgot to say hi to Deke. And this one guy was selling his entire vinyl collection. He had about 1, 2, 3, about 5 tables set up and boxes on every table. That was it. No other yard sale stuff, just vinyl. And half of these were like $5 boxes, and then the other half he had priced. So he did his research and priced through them. And things could have got really nasty for me in there because I could have just kept picking and picking. But it's not like they were that much cheaper than if you go to a record store because he knew what was going on. So as long as he kept to the $5 records, you're still paying $5 a record. Like a yard sale should be $2 a record, but these were $5 a record. That's
a good price.
That's not to say I couldn't take the bundle to him and still get a little more off, which I did, but he wouldn't take too much off, so I didn't go too crazy. But we'll start with this one.
Oh, nice.
Add some more ZZ Top to the collection.
That's my favorite.
This is
yep.
79. I don't know if this will beat the first 3 records.
Oh yeah,
really?
I love it.
What tracks are on that one?
It's got the whale one. Thank You, She Loves My Automobile. My Head's in Mississippi.
Oh, I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. I love that song.
Yeah, Fool for Your Stockings is great.
Cheap Sunglasses. That's Cheap Sunglasses is probably my favorite ZZ Top song of all time.
It's a great album, man.
Such a cool drum fill. Oh, so good.
Let me tell you, Manic Mechanic. When you get to that one, Bill, just brace yourself. Brace yourself for that one.
Okay.
Do something else.
This was one of the $5 records, and I had also found this priced up in his priced up box too. So I got the $5 version, just fine. Still got the sleeve in there.
What's the priced up one? Did it have a different cover? The priced up one?
No, I don't think so. No,
because it did come out like Record Store Day a couple of years ago.
Oh no, it was still a vintage one, like a original pressing. But he had like 15 or something on the other one. Well, this is a little dusty, but it's fine.
That's definitely a Bill record.
No, this is fine. Give me a break. Nothing wrong with that. It's no scratch. It's just dust.
Well, I think I saw a big scratch there.
Yeah, I think I saw one too.
The last other song side. On the other side. The last song.
No, there's some scuffing, and that's just because my camera is super high def nowadays, guys.
All the blemishes.
Oh, there it is. There that
right
scratch is.
Right there. That's the bad one. That's the best song.
That's a digital artifact on here.
That's right on Maniac or Manic Mechanic. Yeah, right. Yep.
It's fine.
Oh,
just crushed him.
This is weird for me to pick this up, but
that's kind of rough.
Is it the artwork that drew me to it? But I'm not a Journey
It's
person.
not the music.
Like, I love the artwork, man. I just love
that. That is cool looking. What's on that one?
Separate Ways, Send Her My Love, Chain Reaction, After the Fall, Faithfully, Edge of the Blade.
I don't know any of these songs.
Rubicon. I don't know. I decided to take a chance on it.
That's a bad
That's kind of a good spin.
Come on, that's awesome.
You think they're actually skydiving?
No.
There you go.
Steve Perry.
Steve Perry doesn't live too far.
Perry. No, yeah, I know he's in that Bay Area.
Well, he has a house in out there in Exeter, California, which is about 40 minutes, unless he sold it, but that was his big claim to fame, or local claim to fame. People are like, hey, he lives up on that hill.
Did you ever see that video of him? He was at a Giants game up in San Francisco, and they were playing Journey over the PA, and he's out like running around in the stands singing his head off. And even though I think Journey is kind of lame, I thought that was pretty cool.
And
Nobody.
No, I you want to see lame? Look at the shit. That
Oh,
I'm
you got
watching.
2 of them?
yeah, I know, eh?
God
And this
dang,
one
man.
I paid up for.
Oof.
Oh, $8?
$8.
Canadian dollars?
This has got the big track on it right there.
Don't stop
Yeah,
believing.
don't stop
Okay.
believing.
That's got
Hold
the
on
big
to
one.
the thing.
Denise says Journey is fine, so you guys can screw
Yeah.
off.
She didn't say
I
it was
like
fine.
it.
She said I liked it some.
Some, yeah, that's not a ringing endorsement.
Again, it's awesome artwork. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a mouse.
You wouldn't be able to see those images online.
look at those guys. They will not stop believing. Let's see what this looks like.
I think Bill's a closet Journey fan.
Wheel
He's coming
in
out.
the Sky, is that a Journey song?
Yes.
Okay, I do. That's a guilty pleasure. I do. That song's all right.
There you go.
Deke says you're on a journey.
Okay, I picked up 2 Journey records like at a yard sale. Come on. It's not the end of the world. That's what it is when you expand your horizons in music, guys. Isn't that what we're always trying to tell people to do?
Did Steve Perry brush up against Bob Dylan recently? Is that what happened? You meet him in a hallway or something?
I really don't know why I picked them up, but I don't know. I thought I'd take a chance. They look cool, and I'm going to stand behind it.
I don't mind Journey's greatest hits. My dad would play that quite a bit. So
yeah, don't stop believing. And like I don't know. I told you that story before where I came across this YouTube video. This little Asian girl who was playing this giant keyboard, one of those crazy ass keyboards with the 10 levels of keys and all the foot pedals, and your knees have to work levers, and she's doing Don't Stop Believing all by herself on this keyboard, and it's crazy insane. And maybe that's what did it, because I was thinking of it.
It's also the finale or the song for the Sopranos finale.
Right, that's right.
that's right.
Can
That's
never
right.
take that away.
Wasn't what was that show? Glee? Didn't they love that song too?
I've never seen that.
I've not seen an episode. You can fill us in though.
Well, if you work for an entertainment show, you know all about Glee. Let me tell you.
Kevin's a huge Glee fan.
Yep.
A Gleek.
Gleek. I'm a
Gleek.
Gleek. Yeah.
All right, let's move it on over. See what Matt Bandy has for us.
Oh, let's see. What do I got here? I get some old rock records. Well, a few. So I'm going to show this one here by a band from Los Angeles, California, called Fear. You guys know this band at all?
Nope.
No.
Okay. So this band is famous for a few things. John Belushi was friends with these guys, and they played an episode of Saturday Night Live where I've heard it's been called the first mosh pit that's ever happened on television, where they played and they kind of went nuts. So check out, look that up. But on the back of this record, if you can see this guy here, so his name is Lee Ving, who's the lead singer.
Leaving.
Lee Ving. Does he look familiar to any of you guys? So he was in a movie.
Mm.
Nothing?
It's hard to see. No.
Have you ever seen? I'm sure you have. Okay, so you know the movie Clue.
Oh. Long time ago I saw it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you just ruined my bit here. I thought you guys would be a little more excited. I love the movie Clue, but he played Mr. Body in the movie Clue.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
which is the guy that he gets killed right away, and he's the one that
Wait,
they're trying to.
Whoa! I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I didn't really spoil anything. You've never seen Clue?
No.
Ah,
I mean, I know the premise of it.
yeah.
I have seen that kind of that newer version of Clue with Knives Out. That was really
Knives
good.
Out. That I saw that trailer, I thought it was they were remaking Clue.
Yeah, but it's a similar. I mean, it's Clue, but it's not Clue. It's really good.
Clue's great. Are you?
I haven't seen Clue. I'm sorry, bro. I played the game.
I'm not getting mad. I'm getting mad at you. I'm more surprised that Kevin hasn't seen it. Or you?
I watched it a long time ago when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since.
Okay.
I think Martin Mull's in it, right?
Yeah, Martin Mull's in it. Michael Madsen, not Michael Madsen. Is it? No. I always forget his name. He's in the Christopher Guest stuff. The Bond guy.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. McKean.
Yeah, Michael McKean. Yes. Anyway, this record came out in 1982. Have you guys ever seen the Decline of the Western Civilization Part 1?
I had the soundtrack on cassette. I've never actually seen the movie.
So Fear was they were a large one of the bands that were featured in that movie, and they show a lot of their footage from that. But this is kind of a classic early punk rock record, and they had a record came out after this called More Beer. Those are really the only two records of theirs that I've listened to, but this is a good one. It's Let's Have a War, and I Love Living in the City are probably the two big well-known tracks off of this one. And no liner notes in this. It's just on black vinyl. And Lee Ving has a real kind of distinct vocal style too. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, it's kind of a classic record that I was hoping you guys would enjoy my fun fact. But
I still had fun with the fact.
Okay, good.
I just wasn't in on the joke. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to this record here. This is a record called Dealing With It by DRI. DRI was started off as a punk rock band, hardcore punk band with some thrashy elements, and then eventually kind of crossed over as quite a few bands, punk rock bands, into metal as they got a little bit older and could start to kind of play their instruments a little bit better. But these were one of the first, DRI was one of the first crossover bands. This is their second record, but it's got a kind of I always like the artwork on this one. It's got a very classic 80s punk rock vibe with the parents going nuts and the kid just wanting to watch TV. But yeah, DRI stands for Dirty Rotten Imbeciles. This is their famous moshing or skanking guy logo. This was a repress that I got in 2003 from a small record store in Chicago, which I don't remember the name of the store. I honestly don't even think it's there anymore. But you got the liner notes here. This was on 180 gram vinyl, and I think there's like 23 tracks.
Yeah, 20. Small those bands are.
There's a ton. So I don't think there's any song that's over 2 minutes on this. I think there's one song that clocks in at 3 minutes, but that's probably because it has some audio clip in it or something. There's a track on here that's called Madman, and it is about one of the guys. I don't know if it's Spike. He's, I think, longest members of the band. It's a song about his dad. They would practice and rehearse in like his room or their garage or something, and he would get pissed when he'd come home from work and they'd be in there playing. So the song is about him getting pissed, but there's also audio of the dad banging on the wall and going in there and just, he's pissed off and he's like telling him to turn it down, and it's very cliche, but it's actual audio of their dad getting pissed at him for playing. So it's funny. This is I go back to this every once in a while. It's an okay record. I prefer the record that came out before this, but this is still an important record and a fun record too. There's a good song, "Nursing Home Blues." It's a good song. It's kind of sad, but it's a good song. So yeah, that's "Dealing with It" by DRI. And after "Dealing with It" came their third record called "Crossover," and this is when they fully embraced more of the thrash, heavy metal style music. And this song, or this record, is, again, it's just okay. It's not the best record. It's kind of hit and miss. There's some good tracks on here. DRI is definitely better known for their first couple records, but on Black, on Death Records. See anything in the Matrix? Says this side does not reject. What you looking at? Dick knows. There you go. And again, I hate these freaking. It's been a while since I've listened to this record, so I should probably switch that out. I think it's got liner notes in here too. Yeah. So you got the lyric sheet, and then you got the classic thrash metal collage.
Any boobies?
I don't think there's boobies on this one. I did promise nudity, but there's no boobies on this one. No. Okay, I'll show one more here. This is I think this is an EP. This is definitely not a full length. This is probably an EP by a German thrash band called Creator.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with this band, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Creator are one of the big German Teutonic thrash bands, they refer to them as. This is Out of the Dark. So Creator are definitely a little more extreme than some of the American thrash metal bands. They're a little more in line with some earlier Sepultura, but there is a good bunch of German thrash bands with Creator and Sodom, and yeah, this is good stuff. I would recommend their Pleasure to Kill record. But yeah, I picked this up I know a couple years ago. I don't play it too often. It's just an EP. I think there's five tracks on it, but yeah, it's a decent enough songs on here. Looks like it came out in 1988. So yeah, Creator. You're looking for some good German thrash? Check them out.
By the way, Matt Bandy, me and Denise have been working together to come up with some Bob Dylan music to win you over.
Okay,
that's in production. It's bewildering to wonder why Bob, you're so adverse to Bob when your taste ranges on such far axis, like from Waylon Jennings all the way to Slayer. You're in. but you have an aversion to Bob for some reason, despite him meandering through all genres of music. So it's a challenge.
Okay.
Come up with something.
We'll look forward to it. Maybe it's just because I heard a bunch on the radio, and I never dug into like the deeper cuts. Maybe that's what I need to hear.
Point us in a direction. Do you rather country, blues, gospel, rock? Where? Standard?
So I really
roots, Americana.
I like the Hurricane, that song. I think is great. And I like what, Big Brass Bed. Is that a song?
Sure. Lay.
Well, okay, yeah. I like those tracks, and maybe a handful of the other ones.
That's
but
good.
I don't like the early, like the harmonica, real folky stuff.
Okay. No, that's good. We were actually aiming in that era of Hurricane. So that is cool how we were actually in that zone.
Yeah. I think that song's really long.
Lay
but it's
Lady Lay is Dylan?
You betcha. That's when he goes country.
I didn't know that. He's the vocals?
Yeah, he changes his vocal stylings quite frequently through his
Wow.
career. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a dated song, I guess, maybe but I still dig it. I didn't know that was Bob Dylan.
Chris Roberts,
I didn't either for a long time.
you got to play through that bootleg series. Those 3 discs are
really
great.
good, dude. Wow, they're
Yeah.
cassettes, because only the real collector has the cassettes. But the first tape was great.
Yeah, second disc is
enough
awesome.
for me to keep it. I haven't gone through the rest of it, but that first tape was really good. A lot of harmonica though, so I don't think it'd be up your alley.
Well, the
Bandy.
first tape's his really early stuff, right? And then the second
Yeah,
one.
I'm assuming it goes by years. That I hadn't got that far yet.
I like the harmonica. I love a blues harmonica. Like I love Little Walter. I like a lot of those classic blues harp guys, but I don't know. It seems like a
Black Sabbath use a harmonica.
Yeah, I just don't like
One
the
song.
one, yeah.
Hey, I didn't say every song. I said used.
All right, we will keep working on that. So on to Chris Roberts. He sneaks his name changes on me all the time. I don't know when you do that. Very good.
Yeah, my vinyl this week is complete garbage. I actually went out hunting several times, and either the stuff was just in bad condition or it was just too pricey. I almost pulled the trigger on a Black Sabbath album, and honestly, I kind of regret it now, but the guy didn't want to budge. If you want to go check out some good, he actually has some good shit. It's in your area over in Grover Beach at the Game Exchange. He has a vinyl section, and
I never really dug through his records there.
They were pretty good. I mean, if you're in the area, I'd stop in. I should have bought that Black Sabbath, but the actual cover had water damage. But the record was immaculate, and he's like, I was going to sell it for $25, but I'll sell it for $20. And then I go to eBay, and I'm like, I could buy it for $20.
We could buy a repress of that for that.
Yeah, I could go to Walmart and maybe get lucky. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm going to hold off. So, but I would have been cool. It would have been like Bandy points. I'd have been like, dude, check this out. I just wouldn't have told you what I paid for it. So now I got to show you the crap I bought. But mind you,
from that store?
No. This is all Goodwill stuff. But they just stuck this stack of records down, and they were all a quarter a piece. So I thought
when I first moved here to California, I lived right around the corner from that store.
I've caught him slipping many times on games, but this isn't the game show. This is the vinyl show. So I will show you. This is a quirky album. The only reason I bought this is because, it's an organ grinder album, right? What? And the only reason I bought this is they do a cover of the Exorcist theme.
Wow.
I want to hear it. I have to hear what an organ grinder theme from it's by David Lee. There, here we go. The Exorcist. So that's the only, and plus it was a quarter. So
that's the machine with the crank, right?
Yeah.
Well,
what?
Right. Well, it looked like these. They were there was a big thing in like the 70s and early 80s, pizza parlors. We had one in our town called Pizza and Pipes, and they had like these big organs with the big high. Yes. You never heard of Pizza and Pipes? It was really awesome.
No.
Yeah, they tore it down, and now there's a fucking GameStop and some other shit there. But it was really cool because it had a big arcade and it had a live piano player or organ player, I guess. And that's instantly what I thought of, because look, it's Organ Grinder Pizza. So they did this. It was the same shit, just a different name. So right off, and look, you can even see right there, and that's how it looks. See this dude right here? And it had these huge, like right here on the side of the building. It looked just like, I'm pretty sure this is the same chain. They probably changed the name for different towns. But anyways, it has an Exorcist cover on it. It also has Consider Yourself, Willow Weep for Me, The Flight of the Bumblebee.
There you go.
When Your Lover Has Gone. I mean, that's what you play at a family restaurant. When Your Lover Has Gone. You have to play that.
So there was
from 2001.
There was a live organist while you were eating pizza?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And it would usually be during certain times. Like I think he probably started around 6, so they were trying to get in like the dinner crowd.
Yeah.
But my dad actually broke down, took us there a few times, and then a couple of little league baseball teams. We went there, and it was just a trip. Like I remember the guy playing the Jaws theme and shit, and the Star Wars theme. So I thought, wow, this dude's fucking cool. But
awesome.
yeah.
How was the pizza?
So, I mean, as a kid, all pizza's good. You know what I mean? So I would imagine as an adult, I actually did go there as an early adult when I was like 18 or 19. And I remember like there was no organ guy no more. They weren't playing no organ. And it was really sad. There was like only like maybe 6 arcade games, and the pizza was okay. It wasn't great, but I've had worse. Now, mind you, this was all in the 50-cent thing. And I actually liked the movie, so I thought, I'll give it a try. So I got the Sound of Music soundtrack.
Oh, boy.
And, yeah, I know. I got the good shit, right?
I think I have that, too.
I mean, dude, it is immaculate. It still has
doesn't Duke loves that movie, right? Or is it Mrs. Q?
Yeah, he does. No, Duke. And I love it, too. I don't care, man. It's a good movie. But it has all the things. It has a book in here. It has all shit. It's all in here. So... I mean, you know, it's better than being Bill Condish, right? So there's that. And then now this might be the only one that's kind of half cool, which is not great, but again, 50 cents. So when I first got there was an older guy digging through the records, and he had some good shit in his hand. I'm like, fuck, man, he just beat me. It was pretty good. I mean, it was like Three Dog Night and I don't know, some 70s rock, but I could tell there was probably more in his hand that I couldn't see. So I started chatting with him, and then some older guy came and started chatting with him, and I just didn't want to be in old man chat, so I left. And when I came back, I started digging through the records again because he kind of moved over, and this guy comes and hands him this big stack. So apparently that guy was an employee there. I didn't know it. And he goes, "You'll find something good in here." So now I just got to watch the guy to see what he puts down. And this was actually the only thing he put down. I think he actually had some mercy on me. I don't know, but it's Boston. I mean, like I said, it's not the gold, but I think it's a good record. I have More Than a Feeling, Peace of Mind. I mean, it's a couple of good hits.
That whole record, that thing's good start to finish. I know people shit on that, but I like that record.
It's no Journey. I mean,
it's better than Journey.
You're right. It is no Journey. But the damn thing is immaculate. It's very clean. And that was the funny thing is when I pulled it out, because he's like, I already have one of these, and he sets it down. And then I pulled it out, and he goes, "Whoa, that's really clean." I was like, "Well, sorry." But look at this. It comes with one in a sleeve. But look, Bill, it has a backup sleeve.
Oh.
Look at that.
Professional.
Imagine that. Yeah. It's like whoever had this took care of their shit.
Mm-hmm.
They were ready for the worst. So
a real collector.
Yeah, a real collector owned these records.
Real collectors put about 5 sleeves in there just to make sure.
Well, but see, he gave this one away, so that real collector probably kept the other 3 sleeves. So, also picked up The Revenant, just a pretty decent movie. I like it. It was also 50 cents, and it's a Blu-ray. So, The Revenant.
With
DiCaprio
and the bear.
Yeah, pretty much like the first hour and a half they don't speak, but I really like the movie. I feel like there's a lot of I mean, first off, it's a beautiful movie. Like, it's shot beautifully. I love the scenery, like the set.
Oh, it's great.
Well, I mean, they're out in the mountains somewhere, but I feel like it has a really good story too. I mean, it's emotional, and I'm a DiCaprio fan, I can't lie. And so I did this a few weeks ago. So I was looking through my 80s wish book, and I realized this must have been the one I looked at the most as a child. And I know a couple of reasons why. So around the time, Star Wars was life. And I remember looking through this, and so this is vinyl adjacent here. So they had like these, you get these little records with the books. And it had the Star Wars record and the Empire Strikes Back record. Came out a few years later because the movie hadn't been out yet. But my mom bought me that out of this book. Not this exact one, but she pulled out the little order page and ordered it. So plus she ordered a bunch of these other shitty ones. There's like I don't know, it was like Popeye, which I like the Popeye one, but there was like a straw, I don't know, something. One of them I remember thinking like, come on. But anyways, and I still have them too. I'll show them next time. But this was the page I would never leave, is the toy page. And I must have looked at this page, probably 500 times at least. But they were preparing for the Empire Strikes Back to be released, because you can see they have some of the bounty hunters there. You can see IG-88 and shit. I'm sorry, this is all reversed. It's so hard for me to figure this out. You think I would know it by now. But anyway, so yeah, there's not really a lot of vinyl in here, to be honest. Sears didn't give a shit about vinyl, but there are some cassette or some record players. What's that?
Do you think you can order a new webcam from that catalog?
I'm gonna try. I mean, actually, my birthday's coming up. I think I'm getting one because I had mentioned, so we'll see. We will see, Bill. Sorry, I don't have all the webcams, man.
Okay, good stuff. Are you done? Is there a sewing machine coming up?
I can show you something else.
Okay.
Oh, look.
It's
a VHS. Look, you like the rear window?
Hitchcock?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's a good one. I got this Jurassic Park because it's so clean. And the funny thing is the thrift store that had this had this same, not this one, but they had the movie in their little boutique section. They were trying to get $5 for, and I just walked over to the other rack that sold them $5 for $1, and I just picked this up just to kind of rub it in their fucking nose that they're stupid. And then, of course, went with the oldies. You got to have that.
There you go.
Well, Here's the thing. Believe it or not, there's a subsection of collectors who collect all these like workout tapes, like Jane Fonda, but there's also some really rare ones. There's a horror workout tape that is all horror themed or whatever, and that one goes for like $200-$300. It's crazy.
Have you seen the one with Bubba Smith?
I've seen it. I haven't purchased it, but wild. I know. I didn't realize it's really cool. Anyways, so I'm creating a bundle, and this one will go with a couple of other ones, like hot abs or something abs. I don't know. But I'm going to make a little bundle and put it on the eBay. But in the meantime, I will show this once a week until it sells.
Well, you got a good reaction out of us.
Yeah. There you go. All right, go on.
Got a reaction. I don't know if it was a good reaction.
It doesn't matter. Hey, dude, I got this for 10 cents. When have you bought one for 10 cents?
Honestly, I don't think I would. I think I would leave it there.
And that's why you fail.
Yes, I am the worst Richard Simmons collector.
Right.
He's still alive, isn't he?
There were rumors that he was dead.
Yeah.
Then they think that he's being held hostage by his housekeeper or some shit. I remember that. It was really weird.
I used to love when he would go on Letterman back in the day.
Yeah,
his
funny.
appearances on Stern were legendary too.
Mhm.
They were great.
Yeah.
Of course, it was more audio, but they would play them on the E channel and stuff. It was really good.
They still play his drops. It's
Yeah,
classic.
they still play the drops, but the video is kind of lost in time because the E network owns. I don't know. There's battles for that shit, but the audio he has.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I just read, this is off topic, but since we're talking Stern, Stuttering John has just sued Howard Stern and Sirius XM for the use of his audio, his legacy audio, and he's asking for a lot of dough too. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. It was funny when he became John Menendez, I think that's his real name, and he was the straight, like the regular announcer for Jay Leno, and it's like, dude, your whole gimmick was you stutter. What the fuck? Nobody cares about John Menendez.
No, and I don't know how he thinks he has a chance. Like, you don't own your stuff when you're just a side player like that.
I will tell you, Jesse Ventura sold the WWF at the time for royalties on his audio, and he won. So he does have a chance.
All right. Okay. Oh, by the way, again with Stern, Metallica did show up on there. And if you want to check out that stuff, it's on YouTube on the Howard Stern channel. If you want to see the Metallica stuff, they just played stuff from the Black Album and newer. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to check that out. All right, Keval.
All right. Yeah. So what I picked up at Cops in Oshawa, or the Schwa, as they like to call it there. I found some stuff that I had been looking for quite a while. It's been on my wish list for a long time, and they had it there for a better price than Amazon by far. So these next few are brand new. So I got, as Matt Bandy eagle-eyed pointed out or caught earlier, this Megadeth piece sells, but who's buying?
Nice.
This was new for $22. Which is a really good price for a heavy metal album in Canada. Let me tell you.
Is that released on Combat Records?
This is Capitol Music. Oh, yeah, Combat. Okay.
So those original Combat, right? That was like Combat released a lot of 80s thrash metal. And I didn't know if that's the record label that originally released that album.
Well, there you are. You got Vic Rattlehead and his creepy fingers.
Do you like 90s Megadeth?
Yes, I do. There's if you want to count Rust in Peace, that's their best album. It came out in 1990. If you want to count that as a 90s album.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that is my favorite record of theirs. But I'm thinking more like Countdown to Extinction and
Love
Euthanasia.
Countdown to Extinction. Euthanasia was okay. I don't think it's as bad as people said it was. The next one was, what was it? Capital or not Capital?
Cryptic. Was it
Writings? That's right.
Yeah, I didn't. I was out by then. I never listened to that one.
It's great. It's fantastic. It's underrated. And then the one that came out with after that, Risk, that thing was terrible. It was worse. Yeah. It was the worst. Their worst.
Was he already like dealing with health issues at that point with his like wrist? And I know he stopped playing guitar for a while. And
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was after Risk, and it was because I remember that they were going to end their career. They were going to end Megadeth on that stupid Risk album. Like that was going to be their going out, but thankfully they came back, and I think they put out an album like once every 2 years there for a while. Okay, and then this has been on my list for.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Iron Maiden. $20. This is a brand new. It was like it's been $30 forever on Amazon, and I've been waiting for it to drop in price. And there you had it for $19.99. And you see, there was no insert in there. I don't believe, no insert.
What's your favorite song on that album?
Iron Maiden.
Okay.
It's Iron Maiden. They've played. That's like the song that they've played at every single show that they've ever done. It was on their first album, and I don't believe they've ever done a show without playing Iron Maiden.
I actually saw them in Megadeth in Fresno.
Nice.
And I had
That'd
no
be a great
clue
show.
what was going on, but it was awesome.
That'd be an awesome
Like
show.
I wasn't too familiar with the music at the time. I was in like a freshman in high school, but it was fucking awesome. A lot of weed.
And then I picked up their second album.
Nice.
Iron Maiden Killers.
That's my absolute favorite Iron Maiden record.
Yeah, this is I couldn't say it's my favorite. I am a Bruce Dickinson guy.
Yeah, so am I. It's like it's almost I almost think of it as two different bands. I mean, musically it's similar, but the vocals they're not even close. They're so different.
Yeah, this one like these first two, they're a little more punky, like punk rock.
Oh, Steve will deny that till forever.
Really?
He's like, there's no he like, I've seen him argue with interviewers over if they were influenced by the British punk music at all, and he denies it completely. I don't buy that at all.
It's more just of his vocal style, his voice, right? It's not necessarily the music. The music is metal. It's just like he doesn't have Bruce and Rob Halford have that melodic voice that you just kind of associate with that new wave of British metal.
I think maybe because I'd say later punk bands probably took influence from Iron Maiden, and maybe that's why they get lumped in with that, or
could be.
Yeah,
could be. But they're both great. I think they're I like both. But personally, I like the Bruce Dickinson stuff more. Speaking of Judas Priest, this is like my third time that I bought this album. I think this will be the final time I buy Screaming for Vengeance.
Oh, nice.
But this one had been on my list forever as well. I bought it twice on CD. I had like a regular copy, and I bought a deluxe copy. I wanted to get a vinyl. He had it there. I can't remember how much this one. It was around $20 as well. Brand new. The insert on here is just the same as the cover. And all your notes, your liner notes. And yeah, I of course put it in a nice separate sleeve there. Let's not mess up the ridge. But this one has Another Thing Coming. That's the big song on this one. Then I went over the Canadian section, and I got these ones. These ones were $2 each because they're Canadian. They're trying to get rid of them. This is the head pins.
That's a cool name. The head pins. That's great.
Yeah, they I'd shown a previous album of theirs before, but yeah, she's a really good singer. And they're like good Canadian, just hard rock. And MCA Records, big time for this band. That MCA Rainbow. But yeah, I think I got. They had 3 albums. I think I got all 3 now. So this was kind of like the complete set kind of thing. But again, for $2, they're good. Just good rock and roll albums. Not gonna go wrong. There's your collage. Not as crazy as a Matt Bandy punk band collage, but pretty respectable for a Canadian rock band. And then one more Canadian rock icon. Got Lee Aaron. This is her self-titled second album. It was $9.99. I paid a little more for that one. $10.
Lee Aaron, I've never heard. Not familiar.
Yeah, she's sort of like the Canadian Lita Ford, but she was way more popular than Lita Ford She's popular here, anyways.
Got a player.
Yeah. And anytime one of her videos came on the Much Music, that was a good time.
Is there anything on there we know?
I don't know if you know the song "Human," Only Human. You'd probably if you heard it, you'd probably know it. But that's like the big song on here. And this one is very Bon Jovi-ish.
Okay.
Like her first album was very was more metal. She was the metal queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then by this time, she was getting like a little more Bon Jovi stuff. And then
she sold out.
No, I don't know. If she sold out.
I was kidding.
And then finally, what should I pay for this one? Oh, it was $10 again. Jeez, spent a lot of money that day. Wasn't expecting to find this. I always go through the soundtracks to, I'm looking for 80s movies that I used to watch as a kid or whatever, because a lot of them had songs on them that never got released on anything else, like the Fletch theme or whatever. You can't get them on CD or whatever, but they're there on vinyl and you usually find them for cheap. But what I found in there was Chuck Berry, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll soundtrack. And if you've never seen this movie, you really owe it to yourself, if you're a fan of music, to watch this movie, because it is a hoot.
Is that his documentary?
Yeah. So that's the one where Chuck Berry was notorious for running his band with an iron fist, right? He would basically, if you wanted to play with Chuck Berry, you'd have to know Chuck Berry songs. And they get a lot of people in there Bruce Springsteen talking about when him and the E Street Band were just new and upcoming, and they filled in for Chuck Berry, because Chuck Berry wouldn't have a band that would follow around, right? He would just show up at locations, and part of the gig was that the house would have a band ready for him, and they would have to know his songs. That was the only rule. And Bruce Springsteen tells the story of the time that they were, going to be Chuck Berry's band, and they had no idea what the set list was until Chuck Berry got up on stage and he started playing. He just got up there and went 1, 2, 3, 4, and he started playing, and they were and they just started following Chuck Berry. But
they were able to keep up.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck Berry's pretty much, just that rock and roll sound, and that if you know his songs and he starts playing it, it's okay, it's this one kind of thing. So, but the whole show it's leading up to, I think it's his birthday. I can't remember. It was some show, and you got Eric Clapton, Robert Cray, Etta James, Julian Lennon, Keith Richards, Linda Ronstadt. So Keith Richards was in the band, he was he's right there. He was part of the band, he was going to be performing for every song. And Chuck Berry, treats Keith Richards like he is, just some unknown musician. He's just treating him like crap throughout the entire thing. And they get into some good scraps in the movie. And then one of the best scenes in the movie is so one of the members of the crew, the audio guy that's recording this documentary for Chuck Berry, his guitar was overmodulating for the recording that they were doing for this movie. So the guy actually went up and touched Chuck Berry's amp and turned it down. Wow, that is something else. He thought Christian Bale freaked out on that lighting guy. You got to watch this movie and watch it, because it was you're over modulating and you're not going to, nobody's going to be able to hear you. And it's it doesn't matter. If they can't hear me, that's how Chuck Berry sounds. Good times. Check it out.
Is that did they have the scene where they go in his garage and he's showing his Cadillacs?
Yes.
And he's
Cadillacs.
That's my retirement. This is other people plan other ways for retirement. This is my retirement.
Yeah. No, it's a great movie. There's tons of memorable scenes in it. So it was fun. It was a fun soundtrack to find.
All right. Is that it for your turn this time?
That's it.
Okay. So we're back to me. I did promise we're going to break into another piece of cardboard in the second hour. So I should I be like a big YouTuber and say, when we get to 50 likes,
Right.
But hey, you might as well hit the subscribe if you're watching and the like button. There's going to be good stuff. And I will tease something else. Something else that's coming up. If it gets back to me at the end of the show, I have a piece of vinyl that I will be gifting to my friend Kevin at the end of the show.
Oh, well, let's speed it up. Let's go.
If
I might
it
have to
comes
go
back
full Bandy.
And
Wow.
it's a valuable record. I don't think he has it, and I think you'll like it.
Is it a Smurfs record?
I'm not kidding you. This is a real deal. The real
Okay.
deal.
All right.
This is the
I'm
real
ready.
deal.
I'm ready for it.
Here is we were talking about where I was ordering this stuff from. That's that Amazon seller there. I don't know if you can see that. Rare Waves.
Okay.
And they're very reliable. They ship very quickly, and they have really good stuff. So let's get into the next one.
Yeah, it's weird here in Canada. You can get stuff from the UK shipped to you cheaper than you can from down the
Yeah.
street. Like,
That's wild.
it's bizarre.
And it's shipped good. There's a little bit of a wow here, but
Oh wow.
Fingers crossed.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You got problems?
No. It's the real deal, though. This is no more posing going on. This is what real fans get in their record.
Oh, there you
collection.
go. Nice. Uncle Acid.
It does have some issue here, though. Right there. Look at that.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, that's a big band. Oh shit. Box it back up. Send it back.
Was that where the bend was in the case?
I imagine. Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it.
Dang, that sucks.
I don't know. Like I said, this was on sale on Amazon, which it's never even in stock at Amazon, and it was on sale, so I kind of had to go for it.
What'd you pay for it?
Matt Bandy got me listening to these guys quite a few episodes ago.
Because their records these usually aren't cheap because you're playing import prices on those guys.
Yeah, this one was $37.
That's a double discer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I look for this stuff on eBay. I look for it on Amazon. All this Uncle Acid stuff is super expensive, like $50 at least. Their big album. What's the big album with the face?
Bloodlust.
Yeah, Bloodlust. That sucker is like $100 on eBay all the time. So when I saw
That's
this,
a great record.
actually have a sale price, I piss on it. I'm going for it. Enough of this waiting around. What should I do here? Should I open it or should this go back? Like,
We'll see. I would see if you can get a replacement album first. If it's hard to get.
Are they? So you bought this from Amazon, or is this the UK one?
he's an Amazon seller, but it came from the UK.
Oh,
so open it up. Look at the record. If the record's good, get a refund. They'll send you a new one, and then when you get the new one, you can compare and see what's good.
It's not Amazon Prime.
yeah. Here's my I don't know quite how it works with contacting the seller directly on Amazon, but I know if that was an eBay thing, I would see what I can get some money back.
Yeah, the label does have return options here.
Yeah. I wouldn't open it yet, dude. I'd think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just being honest. Like, I'd like to make you do the bad thing and just open it because it'd be funny, but being a friend here, I'd wait. Weigh your options before you do that, because if you can get a replacement album and send that one back, then I would do that.
Yeah.
I mean, even the back has some like ring impression there.
Yep. I bet you it was stuck under a pile of records before he sent it to you.
All right, so there it is. Hope that still gets me Bandy points.
Oh, of course.
Half
yeah, I'm glad you're liking that, Ben. That's cool.
I do. Yeah, I really like them. I really want that first album though. $100 though. Okay, I'll keep going with the yard sale stuff. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No, I'm see if I can find a cheaper copy for you.
Yeah, please.
I did return that Judas Priest album from last week, by the way. I did end up, but I couldn't get a replacement for it, so I had to get a refund. The one that was wowed or warped.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm continuing with the yard sale stuff. This was another $5 record.
Oh,
Mr. Joe Walsh.
that's got to be good.
It's the best.
Way. Yeah. Got the Funk 49.
Oh, it's gotta. Yeah. Big fold out there.
Wow.
Just one record in here, though. Got the sleeve. And this was a yard sale, right? So there was a lot of competition there. There wasn't a lot of time to look through for condition or anything like that. It's like fill up your arms and get moving to the next box. But this looks pretty good. That looks good. That was from the $5 bin.
Well, in those situations, Bill, if you're not in a hurry to get to the next yard sale, make your pile and then look through the stuff. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I did do that, but yeah, I was. You got to get going to the next.
You got to get to the next one. I totally understand. Sometimes you don't want to waste time.
This Zap I had not had on vinyl yet. Presents.
I never see it with the writing on the side.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah. All of Your Love is a great song. Is that on there? All Your Love?
Should be.
For Your Love.
Yeah, why does it say For Your Love?
Yeah, it says For Your Love.
Yeah, it's All Your Love.
Nobody's Fault But Mine. That is a terrific song.
For sure.
That's the big one.
That's $10.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that record so much. I should give that a go.
Now this is
on
embossing here. This I only had on CD, so it's kind of neat to find.
Yours is completely different than mine.
Is that their last studio version? Was that their last studio record?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say so.
And Kevin, you said Coda was like unreleased stuff?
Yeah, it's like rarities.
Yeah.
B-sides.
They got the little swan song symbol embossed in there.
Wow. That is crazy detail. I don't think mine has any of that.
Now let's see what the gatefold.
Those do look familiar, so I think mine is a gatefold too.
We got the credits on the bottom there. Track listing. Whoa, recorded and mixed at Musicland Studios, Munich, West Germany. I didn't know they did that there. Mm-hmm.
And this one was $10?
This was, $10. Well, they all got chatted down a little bit. So this isn't a Canadian release. I don't see Canada on here anywhere. It's New York. So that's probably the difference, I would assume. It's got Atlantic stamped right in the matrix. Atlantic Studios. Yeah. So that was like that. Let's see what the label says. Oh, what's your thoughts on is hot dog on here?
No, that's oh, maybe it is.
Yeah, here it's called For Your Love too. I could, was it not All My Love?
Maybe it's on a different record.
All of My Love. No, that's got to be on this record, I thought.
There's In Through the Outdoor as well, right?
You know what that?
Maybe it's on that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. All of My Love's on In Through the Outdoor.
Okay, that's why it's on there.
And that's their last album from 79.
Okay.
Into the Outdoor is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I finally got the $1 Billion Babies.
I almost bought that the other day.
I don't know how complete this actually is because it was only $8. It is got gatefold action, and it's got like a frame thing inside, right?
Oh.
But it looks like it's blank, but that's just because the sleeve is there.
I see. Oh.
So then it has this in there. And that, does that come out? No, that's printed on there. So that's printed on there askew.
Huh.
So I don't know if there was more stuff in here, but this is it.
All right.
Maybe someone can let me know. Like this has, that's like a thing. So
Money clip.
right. I assume something might have been in there. It's neat artwork. All your credits are there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, maybe if Deke's still here, he'll let me know if there's more goodies in this release. I'm thinking there's got to be. Like, this was a pretty big AAA release. It's kind of embossed. Not really. That's it for that yard sale. So everything I've shown today from the yard sale, I spent $35 altogether on. So
Too bad.
Well, you got Journey, so it's a pretty big win there. I don't know. Kevin shows Cars and Men at Work and shit, and he gets cheers and applause. I show Journey. And
Cars are awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love the Cars, but I like Journey. They're cool.
Journey's okay. They're not the Cars.
They are not the Cars. The Cars are better than Journey.
All right, so we can move on. Remember, take it at your own pace, guys. You know what happens if we get back around.
Pick it up. Let's go. Don't go full Bandy.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you my last of my 10 inches.
Heyo.
So I've talked about
Oh.
this format. I don't like this format. I don't like the 10-inch format. I only have a few. I made an exception for this band because this band is good. This band from San Diego, California, called Cut the Shit. Name of this record is Marked for Life. 10-inch record. I got this in Chicago years ago. Cut the Shit hasn't been a band for quite a while, but it's a gatefold sleeve or gatefold here, and got a bunch of mug shots. I recognize Bill Gates and then Jason Kidd. I don't recognize really any of the other faces on here. I got on the back.
That's Jeffrey Dahmer in the top right.
Is that Dahmer? Is that John Wayne Gacy there too?
Yeah, that looks. I'm not quite sure that's Gacy, but that's definitely Dahmer in the top right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it says Milwaukee. That's where that dude.
Well,
was.
I just can tell his creepy ass mustache.
And that kind of looks like the Big Show right there.
I think that is the Big Show because he knocked the shit out of some guy in a bar because the guy kept fucking with him.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He was arrested. So that does look like the Big Show.
Yeah. So this is a good record. They're a hardcore punk band, but they're very, very thrashy, really, really fast songs, and you'll be able to tell that on the vinyl here. So if you can, I don't know if I can see here. Hang on a second. So can you see there? So it looks like it's all one long track, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it essentially is, but the songs are broken up by maybe like a few clicks of drumsticks, and then it goes on to the next one. So when I first got this record, I was ripping these into like MP3 format so I could listen to them in my car. This is before I had an iPod. This is before any of the streaming stuff. So this was one of the hardest things for me to go in and break up the tracks, because usually when you record one long wave file and you go in and you could see where the song ended, you could cut it and separate it. But it was almost impossible to break up the tracks on that. But yeah, they were a cool band. Let's see. This is a record by a band that's pretty important to my wife and I. This is a band called American Nightmare. You'll see this is released as Give Up the Ghost. They had to change their name. They'd already been a band for almost 10 years, and then they were like sued by some other band that had the same name, and they had to change their name, so they changed it to Give Up the Ghost, and now they're back to being called American Nightmare. So it was kind of weird, but this came out in 2001. They are a Boston hardcore band.
Are there any bagpipes?
There are no bagpipes on this, no. But they there went a download code. So you got a poster here. This is of the singer Wes. He now plays in a band called Cold Cave. That's like a huge dark wave band. They're really popular now in that scene, but completely different from this. It's really weird stuff. But this is a collection of their first 2 7-inches in their demo. But what's kind of cool about this one, it's got a weird, it's on black vinyl, but it's got like a little chip cut out. And there was 3 different pressings of this, and there was a red, white, and blue pressing of this. So it's kind of it's kind of a weird weird color variant there. But they were a very, very influential band on the other bands in that scene, from their guitar tone, from their lyrics to the way they wrote songs. This is embossed here, so I got some embossing there, Bill. Let's see. Oh, you promised nudity. So I think I talked about this band before. Lair the Minotaur. They are a 3-piece black and death metal band from Chicago that never gets any love. This was their second record, released on Southern Lord Records. It's just on black vinyl, and it comes with a huge booklet here. It's got some cool artwork in it. This is a lyric sheet, but I promised boobies, and even though it's illustrated and she's getting attacked by some sort of evil horde,
wow.
There's your boobs, and maybe some bush there too. Is that or is that a loincloth? No, that's vagina. So there you go, full nudity.
There's our audio drop for the episode right there.
Oh, that's some more boobs. We got some like some evil hag boobs there.
Right.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. There you go.
Oh yeah.
So let's see if there's any more boobs on the next page here. Nope, no boobs. So yeah, it's just mostly some pretty cool artwork throughout the lyric sheet. And like I've said, this band doesn't get as much love as I think they deserve. I do enjoy their first record better than that, but that's not a bad record. And let's see, there's another band I've talked about from Richmond, Virginia, Wind Hand, which I think you guys might like this band. They're a doom metal band with a female vocalist. Their albums always have really cool, gorgeous painted artwork. All the stuff is really fuzzy, really somber tones. I really like to listen to these records, especially in the fall when the weather's getting a little colder. It just kind of adds to the mood. I think this is on it's like a seafoam kind of clear vinyl, but yeah, this is good stuff. Bill, I think you might dig this band if you like Sleep and you like Uncle Acid. This is kind of in that same vein. They really fuzzy guitar tones. It's really slow stuff. It's not fast, but it's good stuff. She's got some great vocals too.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, I would start with this record. It's the name of the album is Grief's Infernal Flower. It is a double discer, but yeah, same there. So I will stop, and hopefully we can get Kevin a new record.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got Chris Roberts got some stories.
I had to pump the brakes. I could have gone long.
How many cassettes you got here?
Yeah, you're good. The Laker game's on. I really need to get to it. So we were talking about codes, and I know I got the world's worst camera, but if you could read this, you can actually get the code to that. I will never use it. So if anybody wants it, there you go. You can have the digital code if it's still good. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but hey, it's not going to cost you anything. So there you go. And just a couple of little things. I found my Colors record. It's a soundtrack to Colors. It's really not that good, but I remember someone giving it to me years ago, and whatever. Somehow it survived. Oh, the odd thing is the sleeve, and I don't know why, but it's actually a Kiss sleeve. So if I ever find a Kiss album that needs a sleeve, or if I find a Kiss album that has a Colors sleeve, then I'll just flip them. Yeah. Anyway, since I had that Vice thing, and people have been sending me mostly Mario Duck Hunts, and I've gotten probably 50 since then.
Really?
Yeah. I got, 30 so far and 20's on the way. So, we'll see.
That puts you over, doesn't it?
It does.
He needs 500, buddy. 500.
I did the math on the space it could fit in, and it would be another 180 to fill that space. So, I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'm going to redonate them to other people or something. We'll see. Well, it would be 500. It would be over 500. It would be like 560.
Just like that guy. You ever watch that Toy Galaxy, that show where he has all the Boba Fett 500 Boba Fett vintage Boba Fett figures?
Yeah.
So because they're all different. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it might have got out of hand. But the guy was like, "Hey, I got some Famicom games. Is there anything you're looking for?" And we got Mario 2, which was, not to get too deep in the weeds here, but which is actually a reskin of a game called Doki Doki Panic. But it turned out to be, and then over there they got Mario 2, which disregard these stickers. I'm going to take them off after I make the picture. I don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. But some people just said it's too similar to Mario 1, so they changed it for America, and they thought it was a little too hard. But this is actually the original. We eventually got it. It's called the Lost Levels. But anyway, but they realized it was so popular over here, and even though they still had the original over there, they decided to release it over there called Super Mario USA. So this is actually our Super Mario 2, and they have 2 Mario 2. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then and he also sent me Mario 3. He was actually going to send me Mario 1, but I already had it, and I was like, nah, that's cool, dude. I already got it. But so yeah. So free, 90 free. What do you think of that?
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
All the free shit. And really, this is like about $70 worth of shit. So people are just super nice, super generous. And yeah. So we'll go ahead and I will relinquish my airtime to Kevin so he can get his free record. Go ahead, Kevin. It's up to you, buddy.
Well, I got nothing. I got nothing left. I was going to show some of my Dark Wave collection, but I think I'll pass. And
I like Dark Wave.
We only got 2 minutes. If you want that,
yeah, no one's really interested in my Dark Wave.
I am.
I don't really have Dark Wave. I just heard you say the words Dark Wave, and I thought, what the fuck is Dark Wave?
Sarah likes Dark Wave.
She does? What is Dark Wave?
I don't know. 80, like stuff like New Order.
That's Dark Wave?
Yeah, that's considered Dark Wave. Yeah.
I got some Dark Wave then, but it's upstairs. I'd have to next time I'll grab all the Dark Wave. Yeah.
There you go.
Bauhaus.
Well, thanks, Denise, for sticking around as long as she could. She's missing it.
Bye, Denise. Sorry we missed the bye.
Go ahead. You sure you want to skip your turn, Kevin?
Yeah, I don't really. Next week. I get.
Okay.
That's everything I picked up. So I'm good.
All right. I will continue. I'll show you the rest of the stuff I got yard sailing.
Hey, so what was that little monitor thing, man? Was that? You don't have to show it, but what was that? Was that a little TV?
Today?
Yeah, I took a picture of it, and then Kevin said it was a dusty GameCube, and then he said it was jizz on it or something. I don't know, dusty cube.
That was a GameCube.
Was it a game?
You'll have to tune into the pickup video tomorrow. That'll be nice.
I mean, fucking exclusive.
No, Kevin's right. I'm shocked you didn't know that was a GameCube.
Well, it must have just been the reflection or something. I don't know. I'll have to look at it again. Now, I thought it might have been, but it doesn't matter. Go on.
I thought you knew it.
I've actually already seen it,
and you were joking.
No. Well, listen. It's been a long day, and I was half asleep when I looked at it. I already seen it, though. I saw the reflection. When you showed something earlier, there's a GameCube in front of you. That's the GameCube, huh? Bill, in front of you, there's a GameCube. Is there not? Up on your top right?
Right now?
Yes. No. That's behind you, Bill. The other in front of you. Because I saw the reflection of it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah.
All right.
Dang,
okay.
That eagle eye.
I already saw it, so go ahead.
Jesus. That's pretty good. Well, the one you saw today might be a little different because it's that Pokemon XD version. Oh. So, yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. That's a good little score, buddy.
It's missing all of its hatches on the bottom and stuff, but
you know what? People, you might be able to, someone might buy it just for the show.
Yeah. Okay, so like I said, I went to another yard sale, and this guy, I almost drove past it because it was kind of right on the edge of the city, and on its own little road, and it was set back, like way back in the driveway, and I just caught it out of the corner of my eyes as I was driving by, and because there was cars there, so I had to like kind of maneuver around, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a yard sale there. Wheeled back around. Really good yard sale. I picked up some good stuff. You'll see it in the video tomorrow. And she had a bin full of records there, which a guy was already going through. And I'm like,
that's the word.
Man.
And it's because I drove past and had to come back, right? Just those couple minutes cost me this guy.
Right road.
I saw what he grabbed anyways. He got some Beach Boys stuff and that kind of thing. And he asked how much they were. And she's like $1 each. So I'm like, I'm getting that bin right now. And so I started going through the bin and I thought I found some cool stuff. Let's go through it.
Didn't you tease Beach Boys last episode?
That's from my personal collection. But yeah, that got pushed back because we got all this new stuff. So let's go here.
Oh, very nice. Days of Future Past.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm a huge Moody Blues guy, but when they're $1 each, I'm just loading up. I have no idea what's inside here. I didn't check condition. I just filled up.
Well, that has Knights in White Satin on it. That's the big one.
The afternoon. Oh, is that
Tuesday afternoon?
Tuesday afternoon. That's a great song.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, forever afternoon, Tuesday
afternoon.
Yeah, that's what it's called. The afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that one. Maybe that's not Tuesday afternoon.
That might not be. It's kind of stupid though to have two songs with Tuesday and afternoon references.
They would do that a lot. Like my dad was really into them, and a lot of their early stuff, like they would play, and you would hear it later in other songs. Like they almost like took their same song and rearranged it later on.
Too Short did that a lot too. He's a rapper.
Too Short.
Yep, I'm sure you've heard of him.
He's played it slow before.
I'm trying to see that
pretty good.
That GameCube.
Old school. It's there. I saw it earlier. I wasn't wrong, right?
Yeah, you totally had me snowed. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. This is will probably be an upgrade to my version.
There you go. Nice.
This looks pretty good. You gotta have this, man. Like,
I thought that was the coolest song when I was a kid.
That's when the DJs would go take a shit, right? They put on in or go smoke or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
12-minute song or something, 20-minute song.
20, yeah. I think the full version.
Yeah,
like a full side of one disc. No point in playing side 2 though.
At one of my friends' house, he actually had a Hammond organ, and we'd throw this on and just hit every key on the organ and play along with it. Everything seems to work, whatever key you hit.
Yeah.
In the Garden of Eden.
Yeah. That's from Canada too. I thought it looked different. That's a Canadian release. And then we get into some neat stuff here. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
I have that. That's really cool.
Gotta love that artwork.
Yeah.
Stereo.
What do you think about that movie?
I love it.
Boring.
I like all of Kubrick's stuff. This is in Cinerama too.
Kevin, do you think it's boring?
Yeah. I've never been a fan of it. I tried watching it twice.
Yeah, I've tried. I think it looks cool, and I've tried to like it, but I can't get into it.
The ending.
You have to
have ray guns, man.
You have to give yourself to that movie. You got to sit there like a theater, like you're locked in the theater, and give yourself to it.
You have to smoke some drugs.
Yeah,
no, you don't.
That is how that movie.
If you do LSD, it is even better. But
that's how that movie became popular. It was take some drugs, go to the theater.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And the sequel's not bad.
Debating giving an album later.
Uh-oh.
Another one of these sleeves. I wonder if these are replacement sleeves.
I think they are. I have a few of those too.
MGM. Like I said, these were $1, and there was no arguing that price. I was like, I'll pay that. No haggle.
And it's a Canadian buck, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, it's like free.
Oh, nice.
Embossed.
You guys get all the cool shit.
I'm thinking this got to be worth something.
I've never seen that.
No.
That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah, it's got some kind. Ooh, this is a poster story. Yeah, I tried to show it to the kids, and it wouldn't really keep their interest.
I never liked it. I tried watching it recently.
And a lot of the Jim Henson stuff, it creeped me out.
Let me see the front of that album cover again. Okay. Yeah, it's about a $50 album, bud.
Wow.
American. One sold on the 2nd for $45 plus $4 shipping.
Well, I have no emotional attachment to this movie, so.
And another one sold a little earlier for $53. So I feel like $50 might be your sweet spot, depending on who you're competing with, like how many else. But that looks in really good condition.
Yeah, I never know how to grade albums for internet sales because people can be so.
Yeah, they'll put very good. I always try to stick into like good, and then hey, put in your description. I think this is really good. Check out the pictures. If you need more pictures, let me know. If there's any questions about the condition, let me know. And then if you're really concerned about it, after they buy it, message them before you ship it, because you can always refund them right there before you print the shipping label. You know what I mean? To make them acknowledge they like the condition. And don't ship it like Amazon.
You got some Herman Hermits.
That's a good one.
Yeah, this is an oldie too. Herman's Hermits. So who is in that? Was that Stills in that one? Or am I thinking who's in Herman Hermits?
I think Herman.
Herman? No.
Hermits. Some Hermits.
It's in really good shape for an album this old, that's for sure.
That was Something Good. That was their big song, right? I mean, Something Good. Yeah.
Another one of these sleeves. It says MGM. Yeah. This is it. Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter. Mother-in-law, I'm Into Something Good. Silhouettes. Yeah. So that's a good one. Sorry, Chris Roberts. We're getting through it.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's only basketball.
Listen, it's only the playoffs, but I want to see the second half, and they still in the first half. So
only the last 2 minutes matter in basketball.
No.
Yeah.
Not if it's a blowout.
Wow.
Oh, Denise is still here. She was teasing us when she left. What's the song list on Herman Hermits?
Bus Stop. No, that was the Hollies.
Yes, right. The Hollies. That's easy to mix those two up for sure. I don't know, Denise. You got to go back and see. We got to get through this. We got the soundtrack to Metropolis. Everyone seen this silent film?
If there's silent, how's there?
It's one of those things that's in the public domain that keeps getting re-released about 1 million times on 1 million formats.
Look at that.
It's really cool, though.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. Who are these people?
And that's an excellent point, but even silent movies have music, just not words.
And that was a joke.
I mean, listen.
What is it?
Try to act like I know something, Matt. Come on.
Did they remake the music from the movie? Is that what's going on?
Pat Benatar?
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, I don't know. Musicians, Arthur Barlow, Keith Forsey, Sylvester LeVay from Loverboy, the Munich String Orchestra. I don't know why these people are on here. It was reconstructed and adapted. I don't know. Directed by Fritz Lang. Music composed by.
It was actually to Kevin, Denny's. Bill ain't gonna pay shipping to give me anything. Fucking.
That's right.
there's a bunch of tracks on there.
It's worth $1 for that artwork.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
I've never seen that. I've never seen the movie, but I'm familiar with the film and the robot from it.
AVGN does a Cinemassacre video on it talking about
I've seen that. Yeah,
some of it was missing because of the fires. They had a big warehouse fire and all kinds of shit. So parts of the movie.
The first track, "Love Kills," is performed by Freddie Mercury, and then "Here's My Heart" by Pat Benatar, John Anderson, cool. "Cage of Freedom," Loverboy's on here, Adam Ant, Billy Squier. So yeah, heavy hitters from the 80s there. On Columbia.
Yeah, Denise, it is outrageous.
Jesus, I don't know. Come on. I would say watch Metropolis. I've sat through it. It's fine. It's pretty good.
Is it a French film?
By Fritz Lang, so it's German.
German, that's right.
Yeah. This is a weird one.
Fight to them. That's cool.
Yeah. In stereo.
Like the news or what?
Recording of the engine?
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe
I believe.
Narrated. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Actual voice transmission.
The voice transmissions.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
He is ignoring you, Denise. He will never acknowledge you.
I'm trying to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, again, $1. And I'm thinking...
And they all look in excellent condition, so that's pretty cool.
Let's see what this is.
What is that? Showing different points on the moon. Oh, they're all the missions. Oh, that's cool.
And this doesn't have a sleeve, looks like. That's all one big band right there. Okay, so the next one is my gift to Kevin if he needs it.
All right.
You ready for this?
Muppets?
It's something that only he would appreciate, but I think
Journey.
he will. Yes, it's Journey's third record.
Don't
right on. We Stop Believing. That's what they're. It's the next one.
It's the shitty one that has the new singer.
He might already have it though. As a real fan, he should already have this. And for those of you who don't follow Retro Fandango, they might wonder what this is all about. And I will preface this as this is an expensive, rare record. But I know
Star Trek related?
No.
All right, come on.
He'd keep that.
Quit fucking teasing. Let's go.
Any other, Kevin?
This is quite the tease.
I have no idea what it is.
It's got Orange Blossom Special on it.
The Folsom Prism. Folsom Prism? Is that the...
It's got something called Hot Pants Fuzz Parade on it.
Hot Pants Fuzz Parade.
Is there pictures?
It's got something. It's got something called March of the Rednecks on it.
This has got to be some Grateful Dead shit.
Lost. Right. It's got to be a comedy record. I imagine.
Oh, hey-o!
Right on. No, I don't have that.
That's
I absolutely need it.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, look this puppy up. Some of these can sell for up to $50, and this still has a cellophane on it.
Wow.
And that was just some of the tracks you heard.
Eastbound and Down. Yeah, if you would have said Eastbound and Down, then I would have got it right away.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's one of the ones I'm looking for when I go through those soundtracks.
Yeah, you're probably not going to find it.
That's
So
cool.
It's awesome. Well, thank you. I'll give you the $1 back for it.
It's got the custom sleeve.
Right on. Okay.
And I did play this today. And it's got, they mix in, stuff from the movie in there between the tracks, which is fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right on. Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's in good shape. Everything's good. I will tell you, when I played it, though, the fidelity did seem a little worn out. Like it wasn't
Way to
booming.
fucking ruin the gift.
I'm just being honest.
When I listened to it, it kind of sounded like shit, but that's why I'm going to give it to you.
Well,
It
that
didn't
means
sound
it's
like
been
no
played a
Grateful
lot.
Dead record.
It's probably been played a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's in perfect shape, man.
It looks great, though. That's
Great.
nothing
Awesome.
else. The art looks fucking amazing.
Looks like a Norman Rockwell painting.
It really does.
Oh man, when they used to make those movie posters, they went all out.
I know. It's so God. Those. Yeah.
Now everything's just Photoshop.
I know. It makes you not want to watch the movie if I see a shitty Photoshop poster.
Yeah. I look at Netflix now. All they do is just throw up a still from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't even recognize who's in the still.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like some random character. Like who is this person?
So that's it. That's volume 20 of the vinyl collection. I think it was a big one. We saw Heartache. We saw Jubilation. Man, it was all here. It was all here. Got Bob cassettes,
Yeah.
which is cool. All right. Denise is really leaving for good. Thanks, Denise, for sticking with us that whole time. She probably saw that Smoking the Bandit and went,
She's
what,
like, what the hell?
I came back for this.
Right? I fuck that. Okay.
She's putting off all of her family, waiting for dinner. She's like, no, there's this thing that's happening. Smokey and the Bandit. Okay. Well, I know it's going to the right person, so that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Be
Yes,
good
that will be
times
cared
going to
for,
Kevin.
for sure.
Put on your wall.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Really appreciate it. We will be back. There's still more to go through. Lots more to talk about. Volume 21 will be here soon. Maybe next week, hopefully. Other than that, I got a video coming out tomorrow. You're going to see more pickups from the yard sale circuit. Some interesting things. There's lots of stuff going on. Hit the subscribe button. It'll help. It'll show you when we're live. It'll be good. Thank you, Kevin, for showing up on the show. He's at the Retro Fandango podcast. Look for that wherever you find podcasts. Chris Roberts, he's got lots of stuff on the go. Check him out on Instagram. He's a heavy hitter over there. It's maddening. He can show a picture of a sink and get like 300 likes, That's the way it is when you're a star.
Algorithm likes me.
And Matt Bandy, of course, the superstar of the vinyl collection. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank
you so much. Thanks, everyone. That's me. I'm Bill. You can, hit the subscribe here. Follow me on Twitter, SDC Pod, all that stuff. We'll catch you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm ending it.